Today's show has been brought to you by Madmen Unlimited, embroidery and printing services. Check them out at mmuprinting.com. There you can see some of their fine clothing and apparel and other services that they offer. And when you stop by, tell them that Fred Y and Mike C of the Gamer Show sent you. Welcome everybody to WWTF. We want the facts the game show. I'm Fred Y, and today is part 3 of the reboot review of the Alienware Alpha Console. We'll be taking a look at the Alienware console itself, the hardware, the upgradability of the console, and the 3 different OSs that you would have to deal with, at least with the Alienware Alpha Console. One being Windows 10, where we really didn't go really far into Windows 10. We only covered Cortana and the Xbox One live streaming app. 2 is the Steam OS client, and number 3 is the Alienware Console or UI, which we will be looking at today. So without further ado, let's get started. And as you boot up to the login screen, you see 2 different options that you have to choose from on your lower left hand side. One being the Windows 10 operating system, which is right here, and the next one being the Alienware Alpha Console, which is right here. So we're going to click on the Alienware Alpha Console and let's see what happens from there. And as you can see, it boots up quite nicely. And the thing that I noticed by booting up this machine multiple times is every time that you boot the machine up, you see the alien lights. Well, they vary in color. Now, one time you could boot it up, it'll be maybe red or yellow or gold, but it's a nice change up. It's not always the same thing. So that's something that I like about it. It's like the little things that makes a difference in the system, but I mean, I like it. Now, as you can see, this background alone is telling you, hey, I want real estate in your media area. So I am a force to be reckoned with. Look at me. It's a beautiful background, and it gives you a lot of options to choose from. Now, you can use this as your single media player where you can play games, listen to music, and run apps and surf the internet. Let's look at some of the different icons that's on the desktop menu that offers you different programs to use. Number 1, you have games. These are games that's already stored onto your hard drive. It finds the executable files and it'll put it in a list for you to play. Music, you can listen to music, you can listen to CDs if you have an optical drive hooked up to it, and you can download certain music programs. Programs, that's what they are. You can download programs, okay? Pictures are pictures. You can look at your pictures that you either download or have on a physical drive or a thumbstick. Settings, you go in here and you just tweak applications and get the program to run how you want it to run. Videos, you can watch videos. Netflix, Hulu, YouTube. You can watch videos. Let's start with the games, okay? So click on the games, and I gotta tell you one thing. I'm controlling this whole UI by the Xbox 360 wireless controller that came with the console. And as you can see here, let's go down to the first tab, games. Now, I click on games, and this found every executable file that I had on my desktop. Now, I like the fact that it found all the executable files, all the games that I could launch. And as you can see here, I don't really have a lot of games on here, but these are some of the games that it found for me. A lot of these games, when I click on it, it will launch the Steam OS client. For instance, one game in particular would be H1Z1. Now, that is a game that you cannot play without having a Steam account. And the rest of these games, some like Battlefield, it will launch Origins, and you can't play it without that. Far Cry also, it will launch Origins to play the game. Just keep in mind of that. Train Simulator, I think I got that through Steam, and that would also launch Steam if I try to play it. Find Games, It's trying to find executable file games that I have stored on my computer. That you can use just to find games. And right here you can see that you could just go ahead and launch Steam, Origin, Uplay, whatever Galaxy is, and Battle.net. You can launch all these apps and then you can play the games that are linked to those. It's pretty good. I like it. Next we go to music. Basically, listen to, things that's on the CD or your thumb drive. And let's click on to music add-ons. Now, previously I just downloaded SoundCloud in here, so I can listen to tunes on SoundCloud. But if you wanted to listen to more stuff on here or get more apps, you can go, you can click on add-ons and you can see that you have a lot of different internet radio stations that you could load up on this thing and listen to. You can just see right now it's a ton of different apps that you can load onto this machine to listen to music, and it loads up real fast. Let me do one for you. I'll do a DJ reload. Okay, so let's click on that and let's install it. And it's just that fast. It downloaded the app and I can listen to it if I want to. That's just it. You can listen to music that's on a CD drive if you have an optical drive on here, or if you have an external hard drive hooked up to this thing, you can listen to your music. Programs here. Now you can even add even more programs on here, as you can see. It's just a lot of stuff on here. Now back out of that, and let's go to the programs that I already have on this machine. I don't really have a lot of apps on here. I really don't use this machine other than playing some games or playing emulators. So I don't have a lot of stuff on here. But as you can see, you can load apps on this thing. All right, let's back out of there. Music apps. This would be the music apps that you already have on here. You can add more by going back to music. Videos. Now, I have only 3 video sources on here to choose from, which is South Park, Twitch TV, and YouTube. But there's more, and we'll go into that once we hit the video tab. And pictures. Now, I don't have any pictures stored on here, so you're not going to see anything. So I'm back out of that. So basically, the program feature of this side of the Alienware console is pretty good. I like it. Pictures. Like I said, you can add pictures onto this thing. I do have a external hard drive hooked up to this machine, but I don't have any pictures actually on this. So you can add pictures, or you can search through your physical media, whether it's an optical drive or an external hard drive or a thumb drive. The settings in here. Let's go in here. So add-on appearances, device settings, file manager, live TV, music, pictures, profiles, services, and systems. Now let's go up to the add-ons. Now basically this is just add-ons. These are programs that you can put on your machine. It's nothing new here. There are music streaming add-ons. There are, here's Pandora right here. Let me click on that and install that real quick. All right. So now I have Pandora on my machine. And these just add-ons that you can put on your machine. Screensavers. So these are different screensavers that you can add on to your machine. I'm gonna keep this background, so I'm not going to do anything. Appearances, you can go to you can just change a lot of stuff that's on here like you can do inside of the Windows 10 application. So that's pretty much self-explanatory. Device settings. Now, you can go here, you can check for updates, mess with your networking, the Alienware effects, the Bluetooth capability on here. So you can add more Bluetooth devices on here, and you can check for updates. Now, I can check for Windows updates, I can check for my NVIDIA updates, or the Alienware update. So that's pretty good. File management. You can just keep track of the files that you have on here. That's nothing new. I'm not going to go into that. Live TV. Now you can configure. You can use this as a DVR actually, and that's something that I like about it. But then you would have to use that HDMI pass-through that I mentioned in part 1 of the series, which I thought was pretty much useless, and I really didn't like it, just like I don't like the pass-through of the Xbox One, because you always have to have your console on, and you can't look at anything that you have attached to that pass-through port without powering up your system. So say for instance you want to watch a show like Empire or something, and you boot this thing up at 9 o'clock, where you're going to miss a good 5 minutes of that show if you're trying to DVR it. Music, okay, you can listen to your music. See right here, your audio, CDs. You could just configure a lot of this stuff right here. Pictures is pictures. Profile, you can just change your login status, your screen. That's basically it. Services, and you could go in here. Your remote control, I haven't dealt with that yet. The AirPlay, I want to mention. Now, I don't know if that's anything having to do with like Apple's AirPlay, but apparently you can send the audio to an external source. So I don't know if that's like AirPlay like Apple has. And systems, let's go in here. Now this is where you can control your video output, your audio output, your input devices, power saving, debugging. So you can tweak a lot of your settings in this configuration setting right here. So that's the settings menu. Now the video, and this is probably one of the last things that I'm going to cover. This would see if you have video files on your machine. You can add videos on here by searching your hard drive. Playlist is where you can set up different video clips to play maybe your favorite videos that you might want to look at. And here where you go to get more video applications. Now, currently I just have the South Park application, which it really doesn't give you full episodes. It gives you like maybe 6 minutes of episodes. Twitch TV, now for all you streamers that know about Twitch, this will allow you to look at gameplay people are streaming. YouTube, everybody know what YouTube is. My videos are housed on YouTube, so you can go to YouTube and look at the videos. And if you're looking at this video, please like and subscribe to the channel. Get more. Let's go to Get More. Get More has a lot of different video options that you can choose from. Look at all this, man. You have a lot of different video options, and I like this. A lot of this stuff I haven't seen before, but you have so much stuff to choose from. And like I said, this is fighting for media space on your entertainment center. And speaking of that, this is much like Media Center was on Windows, but I think this does a lot better job than what Media Center did. Media Center, I don't even think Media Center allowed you to play video games on that portion of it. And this thing I may be wrong. If I am, I apologize, but I don't remember Media Center having a part or a portion on it where you were allowed to play video games that were stored on your hard drive. A lot of stuff on here, man. Comic Vine, let's install that. I'm not too hip on the comic book scene, so Mike Clark, he probably would like that. But like I said, oh, Crackle. Yeah, I do have a Crackle account. Yeah. And you can look at all of this stuff, man, for free. You know, Disney Channel. Man, there's a whole lot of stuff. And I'm just in the E category. So you can see Fox News. Oh, that's for another show. A lot of stuff, different stuff that you can choose from. A lot of stuff, man. This is awesome. So let's back out of here. Now, as you can see, the video add-ons that I have to choose from is Comic, Vine, Crackle, South Park, Twitch TV, and YouTube. Now, I don't want to go and click on this because if I show video, they may flag this video and put it down and you all won't be able to see it. So I'm just going to back out of here. But this is the Alienware Alpha's UI or console, whichever one you want to call it, but it's officially called the Alienware Console app. It's much like Media Center, but 110. It's much like Media Center, but it's 100 times better. And I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5. This thing is awesome. And if you have the Alienware Alpha Console, this is a force to be reckoned with. Now, this does a better job than the Windows 10 side when you're looking at videos like Twitch videos and YouTube videos. You don't have a lot of stuttering and you don't have a lot of glitches in it because it makes better use of the processor and the RAM that it's using. And I like it. I like it. Now, will I use this as my main media player? No, because you have to do too much to boot it up, and I don't like using that pass through. Even though I don't like the pass through on the Xbox and on this one, I use my Xbox. It's a double-edged sword, man. It's okay, but then it's not okay. It's just using up a lot of power. So there you have it. I like it. If you have the Alienware Alpha Console, take a look at it, man. Go through it. You may find a lot of stuff that you like. Well, that's going to do it for the Alienware Alpha's reboot review. And we hope to see you on the 4th installment where we'll talk about the Steam OS. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time on WWTF What the Facts, the Gaming Show.